Also remember that around this stretch, which is also the areas around Upper Hill, there's still some ongoing roadworks there. This is in regards to that construction that was happening around Upper Hill area, and part of what remained was just the non-motorized transport system. So those are the areas that they're still trying to finalize there when it comes to that particular construction. But when it comes to traffic, at least this area looks like things are opening up a bit there as you come to the city center, and also as you leave areas around Upper Hill, they are coming through that particular section, also moving at a very swift pace. Where there's just heavy kind of traffic is actually around the roundabout, and the same also continues around the Bunyala roundabout. On this section also, it had been closed for that period of 20 to 34 days, but at least that is already open. This is that particular section. So around this roundabout, a bit different from how the Haile Selassie Avenue is looking like, at least on this particular one. Not so bad there, just on some sections here and there where there's a bit of a traffic, but at least altogether still manageable kind of traffic around the Bunyala roundabout. And also as you get to branch off from that section, not so bad there. On the other side of Uhuru Highway as well, as you leave areas around Nyayo Stadium, Mombasa Road, again, not so bad. So perhaps we do not need to look at any alternative routes, at least as of now, given the fact that on most areas along these two sections which you're looking at as of now, not looking so bad.
All right, we now get started within the headlines. Just a quick look at what the papers have for us this morning. A copy of the Daily Nation. The front page is looking like that today. Not too busy, but starting with the two stories there on the header. Number one, this is a story concerning expectant mothers. And now experts say their benefits outweigh the risks should they be vaccinated, because there has been an increased number of expectant women who have been contracted COVID-19, and the results have been rather heartbreaking. And there is actually one doctor from Nairobi West Hospital who spoke to this particular daily, pointing out that in a month they have admitted at least 10 expectant mothers in the ICU due to COVID-19, and 4 of those have had to actually undergo emergency C-sections before their due dates to just be able to help them breathe better. And then again, looking at the fact that there still isn't any research that backs the vaccination or backs the fact that they shouldn't get vaccinated. At this point in time, doctors are worried that more and more expectant mothers are contracting COVID-19, and they are having it worse than other people. So that is a story that has been covered here. Moving on to a story that has been covered on the back page of the Daily Nation is in regards to the scramble for teachers as a new union is formed, and now the teaching fraternity is staring at a major split following the emergence of yet another splinter union, that is the National Education Union, which comes months after the turmoil that so many of them leave once again the Kenya National Union of Teachers. That has been captured here. And then coming to the main read, Uhuru rattles Oka by insisting on Raila for 2022, and Odinga is set to meet ambassadors, heads of mission and UN officials for diplomatic purposes. But looking at the Oka leaders, that is ANC leader Musalia Mudavadi, Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka, and Ford Kenya's Moses Wetangula, they say they will not rally behind former premier for his 5th stab at the presidency. That is the front page for you this morning.
All right, and still on that, and on the front page of the Star newspaper is the same story. Uhuru tells One Kenya Alliance that is Oka chiefs to support Raila for president. President Kenyatta took opposition leaders through results of an opinion poll that placed former Prime Minister ahead of the pack. Uhuru tells Oka chiefs to support Raila for president. That is what's captured here on the front page of the Star newspaper. Now, MP seeks to double CDF allocation in proposed law. A lawmaker has sought 100% increase in budgetary allocation to the National Government Constituency Development Fund. Butere MP, that is Tindi Mwale, wants the law setting up the fund changed so that CDF is calculated at the 5% of all the national government share of the revenue. Okay, schools still demand HIV status of Form 1 students. That's according to an activist. Now, many schools still flout the rule by requiring students reporting to Form 1 to reveal their HIV status. Campaigners complain. Now, the condition is contained in the mandatory medical forms, which should be filed by a medical professional. Now, this is something which is quite debatable, all right? And there's a story there of former a picture of ODM leader Raila Odinga to meet envoys from the EU, US, and UN as well. All right, there is that story there of a GSU officer who disappeared 35 days ago, and to date he's not been found. And now the family are requesting that he be produced dead or alive, and they're requesting that the police or the government rather should move with speed and help them track their son. So again, on that story of why pregnant women should go for a jab, it says that the debate on whether pregnant women should take the jab has been raging on, with vaccination posts maintaining that pregnant women are not eligible to take the vaccine. Just last week, the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers protested against what they called the loss of their pregnant members to the virus. So it's a story there that I think is quite debatable. We also talked about these things sometimes last week, Jane and Regina. You know, medically it has been tested that, you know, even expectant ladies or women are also fit to take the jab. Regina, take it away.
Well, I like what you've said there with the vaccination and such. Now, let me just bring you up to speed with what we have on the front page of the Standard this morning. Matters of politics continues taking center stage, especially after that meeting between the former Premier and President Uhuru Kenyatta, as well as the former leaders of NASA there. Now, they're saying there's a shake-up on Oka because President Uhuru Kenyatta is insisting on a Raila presidency. So what happens? That's the questions observers as well as politicians, especially those who are eyeing the top seat come 2022, that is August 9th, which is 362 days away, is questioning. Now, the question is, or rather what the person here has quoted, and they have chosen to quote David Murathe, who is Uhuru's confidant, saying, "We are determined to have Raila get a Mandela moment. It is the only way we can keep the country's unity intact and leverage on Uhuru's gains." That's what we have on the front page of the Standard this morning, being the August 12th. Remember, it's also the World Youth Day as well as the World Elephant Day. And all those who are watching from Nairobi area, thank you very much for keeping us company. Remember, you can reach us also on Twitter at KBC Channel 1 News. Also on the front page is the king of the jungle, what we refer to as lion, Simba, is now ranked among the world's endangered species. You might have a question why, because we know endangered species, either the numbers of population is decreasing, we have the elephants, the rhinos and such, but now the trade in lion bones by countries like South Africa, Zambia and Namibia has led to this situation that we find ourselves in, with now African lions listed as endangered under the Wildlife Conservation and Management Act of 2013. Now, the latest survey also indicates that from the National Recovery Action Plan for the lions and spotted hyenas estimate that there are about 2,489 lions in Kenya alone. These stories have found themselves on the front page of the Standard this morning as we continue to look at those stories that are making headlines in the headlines. Doreen.
Right, we'll spend the March we want. That is what MPs are now saying. We had this story actually the better part of this week as the IEBC chairs just tried to bring out regulations that sort of cap campaign financing, that is during the next year's general elections. However, the National Assembly yesterday nullified this regulation, and I'll be telling you what exactly came forth as of yesterday in regards to that. And also, senators want law to block Friday arrests. These are Ruto allies who are saying arresting suspects over the weekend is actually abuse of rights of Kenyans, because it simply means when you are arrested over the weekend, you have to wait up until Monday. So that is what they're saying there, that now they want to block, they want a law rather to block those Friday arrests. And also, still keeping up with matters politics, Raila walks tight rope as 2022 beckons, where he's caught between the anvil of his former allies and the hammer of hustlers. The ODM leaders' positions are thinning by the day, with time running out fast. The PD has covered this story from page 4 through 6 this morning, so clearly just also taking a good chunk of the paper. And also, I'll be telling you why politicians have turned pulpits into campaign rallies. We also had this conversation sometime last week, and just trying to bring forth that whole idea of making sure that politicians, when they come to churches, they are treated as any other Kenyan. But this article just really brings out why these pulpits have turned into campaign rallies, even as we gear up towards 2022 general elections. And on a lighter note, Google's top searches in Kenya in the last 15 years, and I can tell you for sure, number 3 will shock you. Trust me, that one will shock you. Legit shock you.
All right, now let's get to some of these details that we have promised you. And let's start with this particular story concerning the public service vehicles, where according to this particular daily, there was an MOU that was signed this past Sunday between a number of stakeholders, which include SACCO representatives, NTSA representatives from the interior ministries, as well as health and transport. And as per this MOU, public transport operators have agreed to use cashless payment systems to avoid losing their licenses for failing to comply with COVID-19 protocols. Also, more that has been captured in this particular MOU is that the operators have also agreed that they will only fill the available seats in the matatus, and they will not be adding any other seats, because you do know there are some matatus that made some adjustments in their vehicles during this COVID time to ensure social distancing. So they agreed that they will maintain the same to ensure that also they're in line with the COVID-19 protocols. They also are supposed to ensure that everyone who is coming on board has a mask and stays with this mask throughout the journey. And in order to ensure this, there will be no eating or drinking or smoking in the vehicles, to ensure that everybody is putting on their masks throughout the journey. Now guys, kama umewahi safiri na mtoto, no eating, no drinking, okay, and smoking as well, to ensure compliance of COVID-19 protocols, and specifically putting on of masks throughout the journey. Are we likely to see this actually being the reality?
Can I take a first job at that?
Yeah.
It's the breastfeeding month, right?
Does that also fall under no eat feeding?
Just asking.
Yes.
Does that fall under and this is on a very light note. Remember, even the stigma around breastfeeding in public is one of the reasons why we are having such campaigns, because it's taboo. Yet, when the baby needs to feed, the baby needs to feed. But talking about traveling with children, I think we need to give some exceptions, especially where you're traveling with small children. You can imagine you've taken the Madaraka Express from Nairobi to Mombasa. Can a child really sustain that? Or you're moving from Nairobi to Nakuru. Half the time the children need to snack on something. So I think we need to make some exceptions when it comes to children. Grown-ups, well, grown-ups, I don't understand how people can eat their fries, their sugar cane, their bananas and all that stuff in a PSV. As a grown-up, for me, is still something that I find awkward. And there was a video that was trending online, Jane, I don't know, Victor or Doreen, if you came across it, where there was a lady who was actually consuming some ugali and matumbo
In a PSV.
for matatu. And the person who posted the video, they said they've never thought matumbo ugali would look that delicious. It's with the relish in which the lady was consuming that matumbo ugali.
Ujai kula chakula kwa matatu, Ray?
Sometimes. It's the hunger. Can't allow you to wait.
Okay, I hope you don't mean gum, because I chew gum.
No, not gum. Food. As in food.
Fries.
Kuku.
Ugali matumbo.
Mchele nyama.
Imagine kuna mtu labda amelala njaa. What are you doing to that person? Or a person who is also dieting and trying not to eat. What are you doing to that person?
Sasa ukae hapo na njaa ngoja mpaka ufike penye unaenda.
Yes, kindly wait until you arrive to their destination if you're a grown up or for children. And if you're feeding mothers, kindly
Regina,
ensure that you feed the children.
Regina, mine is so simple. You know, there's some people who travel for 6 hours. For example, if you're heading
After
towards
8
western side
hours.
of Kenya, I'm not specific on anybody here, but just imagine traveling.
Kwanza na sio 6, it's 9 hours, so it's even more.
For some people, we just do 30 minutes and we are home, so it's okay.
But there are stops for those things. Don't carry your miwa and everything else in the bus. Na mahindi. Tafadhali kwanza pale Nakuru. On that note, we take a short break. We'll be right back.
Anyway, take personal.
Mwenzangu Dingo, this is my house.
It's not a big deal.
It is to me.
So
yani wewe uone kitu chochote kizuri kwa mwenzio isipokuwa cha kwako eh?
Wewe unafahamu shida zangu mimi na Sari. Yule mwanamke ameniweza kwa sababu ananitatiza. Sijui nifanye nini yani.
boss, Maya mpotezo mkufu sasa ndani ndio tumeuchukua.
Dingo! Tafadhali fanya heshima na watu na kwao.
Sikiza, niko na shughuli na leo.
I just want to repay your kindness for saving my life before.
No need to thank me. Who is she?
Well, Master, this lady tried to break in with a group of men.
Why did you bring her inside? Father! Father, you're finally here to see me!
You remembered your mother's death anniversary. Thought you'd forget.
Mother gave me life.
Though the Crown Prince has drunk the wine with the poison, the toxins won't be activated until the poison on His Majesty's clothes comes in contact with it.
Your Majesty, the servants from his palace have all been arrested.
On your marks, say go.
This week on Surura, we visit Kenya's home of champions. Meet a custodian of Kipsias culture.
This is a blood.
Welcome to Ibetex East Africa.
And tour one of East Africa's textile giants. And yes, that's coming right up on
Zurura, find your adventure.
All right, so let's see if things have changed around the roundabout there, which is still our focus this morning. That is Bunyala as well as the Haile Selassie Avenue roundabout. And just look at that. Heavy kind of traffic there, in fact, thick as you leave the roundabout coming to the city center via Uhuru Highway. But like I mentioned earlier, this is really quite expected also for a very long time. I mean, for a very long period because of that construction that's still happening around this particular route, or that cuts across these two areas. And on this section, or better still on this lane, as you come to city center, still heavy kind of traffic, not moving at all. In fact, just at a standstill. So it simply means if you're coming from areas along Mombasa Road or even Gong Road, perhaps around this section, perhaps by the same route or lane, you'd perhaps have to make do with this traffic if you're coming to the city center. Now that is specific if you're actually coming to the CBD there. On that other side, as you branch off from the roundabout heading to that other side of Bunyala, not bad at all. In fact, moving at a very, very swift pace there. Also, we are seeing that green color, which is a clear indicator of that. As you leave the roundabout as well, heading to the other side or section of Bunyala still, that is as you head over to the sides of South B. Around that area, also not bad at all, moving at a very, very swift pace. So if at all you're coming from these areas or areas that I'm mentioning and you're coming to the city center, well, just have to make with that traffic is on this section or lane as you come through Uhuru Highway there. But also at least things are opening up a bit just before you get to the Haile Selassie Avenue roundabout, and also a bit of a gridlock through the roundabout there. In fact, around the entire Haile Selassie Avenue, heavy kind of traffic moving at a very, very slow pace. But also it's because of obvious reasons. I mean, it's one of those major roundabouts, branches off to major roads as well as Uhuru Highway, one of those major roads as well there, and also some slip roads here and there. So clearly what we are seeing is basically what we would expect to see because, I mean, of that branching off of various roads. So clearly making it one of those busy roundabouts there. And the sad part is actually the kind of traffic being witnessed just as you leave the Haile Selassie is actually on both lanes. Now this is in between Haile Selassie Avenue and Kenyatta Avenue roundabout. So when I'm talking about both lanes, it just means as you leave Kenyatta Avenue, coming through Haile Selassie, coming through before you get to the Haile Selassie, as well as also leaving Haile Selassie, coming through Uhuru Highway there. That is just where there's really heavy kind of traffic, as well as on that lane. In fact, throughout that entire stretch there, just as you leave the Bunyala roundabout. So actually along these areas or these routes, if you're coming to city center, there is no alternative route. So perhaps it just means you'll have to make do with that traffic there on those two stretches. So let's just see how Upper Hill and Lower Hill Road is looking like, because those are one of those two roads that enjoin you to the Haile Selassie Avenue. Also still not bad, the same as how it was earlier on, moving at a very swift pace. But on that section, just before you get to the Lower Hill Road, is where there's a bit of a gridlock. But again, like I mentioned, there's still some ongoing roadworks around that stretch there in terms or in regards to that unmotorized transport system. So also along or around this area, we do not need to look at any alternative routes, at least as of now. And that's how it's looking like just at 7 minutes past 7 a.m. That's your traffic.
All right, there you have it. So if you've not left your house, now you have the real traffic update around the town. And it's been a cold day in Nairobi. Make sure that you keep warm. Welcome to the program. Now let's flip pages and get to our discussion of today. And with me in studio, I have two gentlemen. One is Daniel Makwata, who is a Secretary General of the Baraton University Students Association. Right? Welcome to the program. And I have Dr. Shadrach Kamundi, who is Deputy Vice Chancellor, Student Affairs and Services, Baraton University. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
It's Baraton University, to start with, has a long history since its inception in the 1980s. And you can imagine how many people... 1979 to be precise. And you can imagine how many people have passed through the system until where we are. What can you make of the successes of Baraton University? Starting with you, Dr.
Well, the biggest success of this university, by the way, it's not called Baraton University, but it's called the University of Eastern Africa.
Yes.
Baraton.
Baraton.
Yes, the University of Eastern
But
Africa.
at least that's
Baraton.
what we're used to.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Right.
It's a casual way of the name. The University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, placed in Nandi County, which has been conducting graduations, and this year it is doing the 39th graduation ceremony. Has been there for a long time. In fact, when the university started, I was in standard 5.
That's a long time ago.
A long time ago.
Now
long time ago. By the way, the university started as the third university in the Republic of Kenya. Before then, we had the University of Nairobi and KU. And now we have the University KEM being the third and the first private by the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Yes.
And it was the first to get a government charter by the former President Moi, the late Moi. Yeah.
Right.
And one of our strengths, and what we can say we are proud of since then, it is the spiritual aspects of our products. The university is known to be among, if not the best, in discipline of students and the faculty, of course. And our products are selling very well in the market because of the high levels of discipline. And that one I can guarantee you, I can say without fear of contradiction, that Baraton still maintains that. Yes.
Daniel, as a head of students, Secretary General, the student union, one of the things that is known for the student union in all the universities is activism. But rarely do we hear that from Baraton University. Why so?
Precisely, I can say that, Baraton University, in a casual way to say, is a cradle land for academic trinity. What I mean by academic trinity, if you've seen the motto of Baraton University, is mental, spiritual, and physical. So it trains you to be a good person spiritually, mentally, and physically. So the way Dr. said, when you have discipline and when you are spiritually fit perhaps, and when you have mental discipline too, all these things will be minor things to you. We'll focus on academics, leadership, and other good aspects of life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you are proud to be in the student
I'm proud to be there, and perhaps I'm the Secretary General of private universities. Yeah.
Dr. The graduations have been happening, year in, year out. But right now, things have changed completely because of the coronavirus. We are doing the virtual graduations, and, even the exams have gone online, most of them. How is Baraton University coping up with the changing trend in the environment currently?
Coronavirus has disorganized the whole world. It was last year when the decree came from the government that all learning institutions should close and go home. That was around March. And during this time, we were on a high gear of academics. We didn't expect that. And what the university did was to close instantly. We went home, students went home, all of us went home. But we thank the Lord that as a university, we never closed down our studies. We went online. In fact, we were among the universities, the few universities, which never closed down. And I can proudly say that as we speak now, we are almost one academic year ahead of others.
That's commendable.
Yes.
Right.
Because we went on teaching online.
Right. Continuously.
We continued and finished the syllabus. we went ahead and teachers were oriented on online teaching, students as well. And so when we closed in March, we continued teaching in March and April. By end of April, we gave our exams. And students sat for the exams comfortably. Yeah. Although there were some assaults of bundles, of internet, name it. Yeah. But we succeeded. We succeeded. In fact, other universities came to us for benchmarking. How come when everybody else has closed, for you, you are on? Yeah. And we went ahead, finished the syllabus, did what we call, we have a semester in between the semesters, which we call inter-semester. Yeah. We did that as well. We prepared the students for graduation, and we conducted the first virtual graduation. And so, despite the challenges of the virus, we've been doing well, and we thank God. Yes. In terms of leadership, Daniel, yes, most universities, if you look around, even most of the politicians we have around here, most of them, if you look at their history, they were student leaders in different universities. Yes. Talk of the University of Eastern Africa, for example, starting with you, across all universities across the country. Yeah. You find that all these leaders at least have a trace of leadership from the students' union and leadership. All right? Yeah. What makes you people at the helm there of leadership in terms of nurturing leadership, leave alone even academics only?
In terms of nurturing leadership, you know, first, nowadays, yes, this country and the entire continent of Africa lacks a rare blend of leadership which has humility and courage. Yeah. And our university nurtures those leaders. You know, when you are disciplined, you will be very humble and ready to serve the people. Yeah. You know, this aspect of spiritual tranquility, many university lacks it. Yeah. And it is the identity of Baraton University. So that one nurtures the leaders in this country who are not corrupt, who are not tribal, leaders who focus on the will and the desires of the people. Yeah, those are the leaders that Baraton nurtures. And in fact, as Baraton University, we are proud. You've seen even Mr. Seth Panyako, the Secretary General of Nursing Union of Kenya, yes. Yeah, of Kenya. He's a good man and he's a product of Baraton University. So we have a breed of good leaders who are focused and who are not on the direction of corruption and these other negative things.
Yes. Yeah. What's the relationship between the students and the administration?
The relationship between students and the administration.
The reason why I asked that question before I asked Dr. first of all. Right, yes.
Thank you so much. The relationship between the students and the administration is good, of course. Right. You know, if the relationship was not good, then students could have been rioting. Yeah. So the relationship is good, and students are grateful to be there because it teaches you many aspects of life. And when you go to the outside world, you are ready to withstand every curveball of life that comes through your way.
Right.
Yeah.
Perhaps now I can be in a good position to ask the relationship between the administration and the students' body.
Thank you so much. The relationship between the administration and the student body is tight. Right. That one I can say without any fear. Our students are disciplined, highly disciplined. No wonder you've never heard in the news or anywhere that Baraton is on a rampage, they are on a strike. Yeah. In fact, even an attempt of strike at the university, we cannot remember when it was. And we attribute this to the cordial relationship, the rapport between the administration and the students to spirituality. It does not just come, it is created. In Baraton, we have a motto that everything starts with God and ends with God.
Right.
Okay? All classes starts with a word of prayer.
All classes?
All classes. Every lecturer has to pray and have a devotion with the students.
Wow, that's
either the lecturer himself or a volunteer student conducts the devotion.
Right.
Okay? And after the closure of every class, there is a prayer. Okay? And so, they go to church. They go to church differently. And on Wednesday, there is church attendance. On Friday, there is church attendance. On Sabbath, there is church attendance. In the morning and in the evening. Okay?
Yeah.
And we say the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And the Bible also says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness,
and all other things
will be added unto you. And so this is what we attribute to the high levels of discipline in this university. In fact, we can proudly say that the university is the most disciplined in the region. Yes.
I don't know whether to say this, but to the church I go to, most of the pastors, the preachers, and people who come to our churches are products of Baraton University, being SDA. So at least one or two people I've interacted with from that university. But let me ask this question. Do we have student relationship? From a certain university where I came from, people would come to the student hostels, could just mingle all of a sudden, and then you're good to go. Daniel, do you even hug? Let me put it that way.
That is a fundamental question.
Yes.
We have the interaction between students, perhaps the female and the male.
Yes.
It is there. But there are some restrictions in men's hostels and ladies' hostels. Beyond, that is beyond 7 p.m.
Yes.
You cannot go to men's hostels. Those are ladies, and men cannot go to ladies' hostels.
Yeah.
I think this is something which, according to me, is fine because you are given the whole day, that is 12 hours, to interact on campus, and perhaps if you're having relationships, friends, love relationships, you can talk on campus and you can have your chat here and there. But during evening hours, it is time to sleep and time to
forget about other things. Okay. Doctor, perhaps from the administration point of view, many students and many parents are now struggling with the matter of paying school fees and what have you. It's affecting almost everyone across the country as we speak. Do you people have a flexible mode of payment? Do you accommodate students? Do you accommodate parents who are not able to meet the students' requirements even as they join campus?
By all means,
yes,
we do.
How?
We do.
Right.
We understand the times in which we are living. We understand that parents have been affected by the disease, and so we allow them to pay fees in bits. As long as the parent comes and engages and says, this is how I'm going to pay, or the student, depending on the history, you can gauge and say, this student will pay. And he has been paying or she's been paying. And so gauging on that, then we allow them to pay in bits, and as long as there is a schedule, there is no challenge.
Yes. Perhaps you can give me, he gave me Secgen of KMPDU, Nurses Union, sorry, that's Seth Panyako. Who are some of the notable student alumni of Baraton University out here, notable faces?
We have the MP of Tinderet. We have the former Minister Kazungu Kambi.
Right.
From the time he left being the MP, or by the time he was the minister, or the CS, he was already enrolled in the university. And during his tenure, he completed his first degree. He has completed his second degree as we speak. And he has joined Maseno University for his PhD as we speak, among many other notable keys in this country. And so, and many of them are within, others have gone abroad. We have so many number of MPs, we have CS who have come from the university, among other important people in this country.
Co-curricular activities is one of the fundamental things. In fact, even in the development of every person, you know, talk about sports, talk about drama, music festival, or what have you. How is Baraton University excelling in that?
As I said earlier, our motto is spiritual, physical, and mental.
Yes.
And co-curricular activities lie in physical part. And we embrace co-curricular activities. In fact, there's a course, there's a unit that, I don't know, almost every student is doing it. It's called physical and recreational activities, whereby these are just physical and recreational activities, and perhaps I can say the co-curricular activities.
Yes.
Yeah, all students must participate in co-curricular activities, because we are trying at our level best to ensure that we meet our motto and our goals. So though right now the ravaging pandemic paralyzed our activities, but we embrace co-curricular activities.
Doctor, we have got so many satellite universities. When you talk about the main campus, the headquarters, but you'll find so many satellite universities across the country. Do you have such?
We've one in South Sudan. Yeah. Where our lecturers go there, they teach and come back. You see, South Sudan with its challenges, you have to take education to where they are currently. But nationally, what we had, we consolidated. We consolidated everything to the university.
Why?
Several challenges. As you know, we were not the first ones to consolidate. Because, you know, during what we call the Matiang'i rule on exams, the number of students reduced.
Yes.
Those who qualified to go to the university. As a result, we had now to close down some of those satellite campuses, so that the fewer numbers now can come to the main campus and concentrate there.
And perhaps because you rarely hear of Baraton University, perhaps it's a certain building, which street somewhere in Nairobi, and what have you. How is it making it so easy in you as a student body, now that you know everything is one particular central place? How is it making your education system as students?
To make our education system as in...
how does it make it easy for you as students?
Baraton University provides holistic, as a whole, holistic education. And however much we don't have, the way Dr. said, we don't have campuses here in Kenya. We had one in Kisumu and in Nairobi, and one in, was it Eldoret? And one in
Nyancho Kisii.
Nyancho Kisii. And due to the Matiang'i rule, they were to be closed, and we focus on the main campus. The education system, if I can come back to the question, the education system in Baraton, let me measure in Baraton, is fit for the students. And I can urge many students to go there, because, you know, right now, you want to be nurtured to focus on the entire world. And you know, Baraton is an international university. We have more than 23 countries represented in that university.
That's a huge number.
Yeah.
Right.
So it will be good to you to interact with people from South Sudan, people from Zulu, people from Yoruba in Nigeria, the Digo from Mombasa, and other people even from the Philippines. Yeah. So it is an education system which gives you an aspect of the entire world. You are not only Kenyans, whereby you will be there speaking. You know, our national language in Baraton is English, right? And perhaps the Congolese people are speaking in French. So you will interact with international students and know their way of life, and that one will build your character and your socialization with other people.
So you have got a holistic kind of development as a student. I remember when I was in high school, my principal one caned me and told me, Victor, I'm teaching you for life. Do you know why I was caned? Because I rolled my sleeve. I rolled my sleeve and I was whipped 3 times. He told me, I'm teaching you for life, not to pass exam. So perhaps that you can talk about Baraton University. Daktari, do we even have students participating in politics in Baraton University?
What type of politics?
We have got students organizations, students union getting into national politics. Right now, 2022 is approaching.
Well, Baraton students are Kenyans.
Yes.
And they participate in Kenyan activities. Okay? And we have what we call the student government. This one is done politically. They do politics.
Yes.
And they do elections. In fact, the elections which put my son here, Makwata, to be in the office was a virtual election.
All right.
They did it online.
Right.
While at home. And they do it effectively, and personally I encourage them to join politics. Because I see that the country should be led by God-fearing people. And sometimes I make fun with them that one time I was asked to join politics. In fact, currently I should have been the deputy governor of the Rakanithi. But it was not in my bone marrows. And I tested, because I did not chosen to, by the way, but I was proposed by other politicians.
The politicians say that nilitumwa.
No, you know, nilitumwa. In fact, whenever I walked around, I was being called Mheshimiwa, Your Excellency. But my focus was to serve the Lord at the moment. Of course, I would have served the Lord in politics, yes. But my focus now is to serve the Lord in His institution. And so I encourage these young people that our politics should be our politicians should be God-fearing, right? And Makwata here, if he becomes an MP or a senator or what, you will take this aspect to the bunge, to the parliament, to the senate. So that he can be even leading in prayers there. Those people need a chaplain. And so we encourage them to join politics as much as possible. But they do politics in a God-fearing manner, so that they lead by example out there.
What are some of the courses that Baraton University offers currently?
Quite many.
Right.
We have 5 schools divided into several departments. But currently we are highly known for producing the best nurses in the country.
Best nurses.
We were the first university to start degrees in nursing in the region, East and Central Africa. And right now we have engineering courses. We've the big school of Department of Education is the largest. Teachers, which means we are producing the most disciplined teachers to our students, to our market. We have, of course, technology, automotive, name it. We have mass communication, which is a new a new department now. We have where we are learning through. Of course, the university now owns a TV station.
Right, that's a good one.
The university owns an FM station, among others. And so our students are now learning mass communication comfortably. Not forgetting departments like lab technology, where we produce very good ones. And of course, theology. Theology is key.
The backbone.
The backbone, of course. When other universities started teaching theology and failed, for us, I think we are the biggest university in producing pastors in the country. And we don't only produce for the country, but even outside. In the last year's graduation, was it last year, but we graduated an American student for theology.
All the way from America to Baraton.
All the way from America to Baraton. No wonder Makota said we have students from all over the world.
Yes, you talked about 26
countries are represented in the like when you visit over the weekend when you're having graduation, you see flags for all these countries mounted there.
Well represented. Makota, what do you study?
I study Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, Industrial Chemistry option.
Industrial Chemistry. Ben, director, did you hear that? Chemistry and Industrial Chemistry. I'm just asking my director, what did he study? He studied journalism and production. Perhaps you'll invite him one day, Daktari, to talk to the students. But one thing I understand with Baraton University, you talked about the discipline, the integrity. You teach students holistically so that when you get out there, you come out as a completely molded person. One thing that would make you say you don't regret ever going to Baraton University?
One thing I can't regret up to now is the good interaction, the mutual interaction between students and the lecturers. As you know, other university, perhaps University of Nairobi, Kenyatta University, for you to interact with the lecturer one-on-one is very difficult. So in Baraton University, you interact with the lecturers and your grade, the grade that you get is genuine unto you because the lecturer knows you from the beginning of the class. And he knows your capability and your abilities. So that is what makes Baraton unique also, and produce genuine degrees and masters and PhDs.
Doctor, you have a function over the weekend at the university. Perhaps you can tell me more about that.
Before I come to that, let me start from where I left. Baraton is a middle-sized university. We are not with those huge enrollments. And so the smaller the classroom, the better the interaction with the lecturer. And so as he mentioned other universities, he gave examples. We can easily say that some of those universities, it's not very easy to have one-on-one interaction because of populations. But for us, because of the middle-sized aspect, we know our students by name.
Quite literally?
Literally, yes. This is a university with about roughly 5,000 students, 5 schools. And then of course, we have departments, and every department has lecturers. And we encourage our lecturers to know students by name, where possible, of course. Where possible. This is now what calls for that mutual and good rapport between a teacher, a lecturer, and a student. Now let's come to your question. You mentioned about, you asked about...
Yes, on Sunday you have a function.
On Sunday we have a function. In fact, we have a graduation ceremony. When we have these graduation ceremonies, we don't just do them on one day. It's a serious ceremony.
How serious is it?
Which takes 4 days.
Graduation takes 4 days?
3 days.
Yes.
No, 4 days.
4 days,
4
right
days.
from today.
From today evening, our ceremony starts with what we call wooding ceremony.
Yes.
Tomorrow evening, we have a whole ceremony where students march in their gowns and the guests name it. Of course, on Sabbath is a real day.
Yes.
Where we celebrate in worship for the graduation.
Yeah.
That is on Saturday. And then the Sunday, we take very, very little time. We are there from 9, by noon we are done.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it's a ceremony.
4 days.
Yeah.
That's a graduation process.
Right from today. Tomorrow.
Our
today
graduation is 4 days ceremony.
Today we are having
from today, tonight. From
pudding
tonight.
ceremony, the way he said. Then tomorrow we are having the consecration service.
Yes.
Then on Sabbath, tomorrow is on Friday, right?
Tomorrow is Friday.
Yeah, on Sabbath, on Saturday, we have the bucolic service. Yeah, so this one is just to worship as we prepare for the commencement.
How serious is this? Because I can just imagine the picture and the mood. I'm not there yet, but I can imagine the mood from today until Sunday when everybody's now you can go and serve the world.
If it was physical graduation,
right,
it could have been very nice.
Yeah.
But you know, the ravaging pandemic paralyzed our activities, and even students. You know, that graduation that people used to come with buses, with parents. You know, it could have been a good one. But our activities have been paralyzed by the ravaging pandemic. Yeah.
Okay. So on Sunday, the event starts today, leading to graduation on Sunday. It will be virtual, and of course, all the COVID-19 protocols will be taken care of. And starting from today through to Sunday, it's a party at the University of East Africa, that is formerly
Eastern Africa.
Eastern Africa, normally known as Baraton University. So on Sunday, it's a good day, but starting from today until Sunday, it's going to be a party after party, what you can say, party after party, until the end of that function. I'm quite afraid that that's all that we had time for right now. I hope we'll see you on Sunday in Baraton University to celebrate with the students as well.
You're highly welcome.
Thank you so much.
Highly welcome.
That we've been talking to Dr. Shadrach Kamundi, who is the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Student Affairs and Services, as well as Daniel Makwata, who is the Secretary General of the Student Union, Baraton University. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Get the VIP access to the best shows on KBC Channel 1. We have something different, something special to spice you up. Get ready for new, exciting and captivating dramas. Movies.
Love the smell.
Comedy.
I went to the Pulpits. Huh?
Drama.
Did he assault the Queen in my house, in my presence?
News, sports, and so much more. Do the things that make you happy on KBC Channel 1.
Mwenzangu Dingo, this is my house.
It's not a big deal.
It is to me.
So, yani wewe uone kitu chochote kizuri kwa mwenzio isipokuwa cha kwako, eh?
Wewe unafahamu shida zangu mimi na Sari. Yule mwanamke ameniweza kwa sababu ananitatiza. Sijui nimfanye nini yani.
Boss, Maya mpotezo mkufu, sasa sisi ndo tumeuchukua.
Dingo! Tafadhali, fanya heshima na watu na kwao.
Sikiza, niko na shughuli na yeye leo.
On your marks, say go.
This week on Zurura, we visit Kenya's home of champions. Meet a custodian of Kipsias culture.
This is a bladder.
Wamune Tugul.
Welcome to Rivertex East Africa.
And tour one of East Africa's textile giants. And yes, that's coming right up on
Zurura, find your adventure.
In the beginning, there was the Word, and it was all. Then there was the light, and the world was revealed. With his gifts, war, love, power, death, faith. First chapter of the first book of World will be open again. Newly remastered in HD. Genesis.
Uanzaje kuomba? Sijali nitakufundisha kuomba polepole.
Pete said hi.
Can you just leave? Ameitikia?
I was hoping that maybe we could have breakfast together, please.
Are you sure?
Am I sure that I want to have breakfast with my husband? But you're still my husband and my son's father. I will never do anything to harm you.
Christine wamesikizana na baba Felix tena? Ni mwanamke gani atasikizana na mwanamke amejaa kiburi hivyo? Lakini Christine ni mrembo pia. Urembo peke yake haitoshi.
Is Fiona back?
Is your husband at home?
That's none of your business.
And this family is none of yours.
Welcome back to the program. This is still Good Morning Kenya. Time for our first conversation on our Entertainment Thursday segment. And today, I am speaking to a person who is a cocktail of so many things. From an artist to an artist manager, a DJ, professional event organizer. Yani, sijasema nini?
Kuna vitu vingi hujasema.
Yani sijasema.
Zenye hata mimi mwenyewe sikumbukagi. Nimefanya calligraphy, unajua calligraphy ni kupaint kwenye t-shirt. Nimekuwa nikipaka rangi, mimi najua kupaka rangi, nafanya deco, a lot of thing in art.
Jamani, unajua wanasemanga hii multitask ni ya wanawake.
Sijajua, nimejua leo.
DJ Sweet K is our guest this morning, and he'll be talking to us basically about all these things that he is doing as a person, and also just a bit delve into music. Maybe we can start from DJing.
Yeah.
Because your tag name is DJ Sweet K.
Yeah, definitely.
Na pengine tuanzie hapo kwa DJ, na pia wewe ni msanii as an artist. Ni vipi uliingilia DJing?
Sijui nianze na artist ama nianze na DJ. But back in high school, I was a clubs prefect. I used to organize pale my event, walikuwa wananitambua. Then after high school, professionally nikaanza muziki nikiwa Nakuru. Just here, nikafanya muziki for a while.
Which year was that?
Around 2009 maybe. Wow. 2008. Yeah.
2009.
Yeah. Hapo ndo naanza kufanya muziki sasa, nakuwa naingia studio mwenyewe. Then from there, I decided to go to Mombasa because I really felt there's a taste of music from the coast that I really needed to do. So nikaenda Mombasa. You know what I told my parent is, I want to go to school. So wakati walinichagulia shule, I was doing actually IT in Nakuru. So I changed to mass communication and digital production. So I went to do it in Mombasa because I wanted that coastal environment, because nilikuwa najua I'll meet big artists, na pia test ya producer na production kule ilikuwa imenifurahisha sana. So I really thought it's the best option to go to Mombasa and start my career professionally as a DJ and an artist. Yeah.
So now, ukianza Nakuru, you are actually just doing music.
Yeah.
Not DJing.
Not DJing.
So when did you not cross over, because now you're doing both of them.
Yeah.
But that DJing hiyo ilianza vipi?
Actually, it started in a very funny way. There's one club in Mombasa around Bamburi. I went there. Kulikuwa na beshte yangu alikuwa DJ pale. So when I was nilikuwa naenda pale kumpelekea mziki wangu. He was a DJ. So nampelekea mziki wangu acheze. But now tukazoeana sana. Ikafika point when he's not there, and I feel like alikuwa peke yake. So akaniambia, wewe kujaga kila siku, I teach you this thing. At that time, hata sio machine. It was a virtual DJ. Just using the computer and everything. Akanifundisha the virtual DJ. Kidogo nilikuwa na clue because I used to have a laptop back then. Yenye nilikuwa nimepewa na ex-girlfriend. So nikajifunza the virtual DJing. So kuna siku bahati mbaya au nzuri aliondoka kwenda mazishi. So kwa sababu nilikuwa na uzoefu wa kukaa na yeye, sasa wale manager walini trust. Because walikuwa wanaona mimi ndo niko naye pale, yale machine, unajua the machine DJs zinakuwa very expensive. So being trusted by the boss sio rahisi. So walini trust. Wakaniambia, because tunakuonaga na huyu DJ hapa, you need to stay here and help us. So do you know what happened? After alirudi kutoka kule alikokwenda, a week later, akakuja akaambiwa mtu ambaye ulimwacha ni mzuri sana. So itabidi mfanye kazi pamoja. And then the guy alikani welcome, tukaanza kufanya kazi pamoja. That's how funny my career started as a DJ. Sikuwa nimepanga kabisa actually.
So now would you say that, because after from your tag name DJ Sweet K, you know, so would you say that DJing now is your main business, or it's part of what you do as a person?
Oh my god, that's everything.
Your DJ is now your main business.
What puts bill on my table.
So siku kwa msanii.
That's why it makes me the way I look. No, it's art. You know, DJing is art. Yeah. Actually, I wouldn't say I'm an artist. I wouldn't say I'm a DJ. I'll say I'm an entertainer.
Okay.
Yeah, because I always make people happy in any way. Mimi hata kama ni comedy I can do. Like me, I believe in anything I do. Unajua hata mtu amefanya hii deco hapa hivi, it's making somebody happy. It's optic. Yani mtu akiangalia anafurahia. That's art.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, since you're saying that DJing is what puts food on your table, so I would want to say that perhaps at least this is your main thing. Of course, we'll come to music as we continue the conversation.
Yeah.
But maybe let's stick to that DJing bit, just kidogo.
Yes.
So, as you do this particular craft, maybe you can tell us, how do you get to choose the kind of music you play? Because, I mean, ukiongea with a lot of DJs, perhaps either in gospel or secular, doesn't matter whichever place. Kuna some sort of challenges, and this in regards to music, because of the crowd that these people either pull or they have to entertain as a whole.
Definitely. As a DJ, it depends on the client, you know. I'm not there to make a joke. Nimeitwa event na mtu, you understand? It might be a club, it's a corporate DJ, it's a corporate event maybe. So it depends with the clientele expectation na vile. When you're putting the contract down, atakwambia, you know, like one day nilienda event flani, it was in Diani. It was a wedding. And you know, most of weddings tuna expect you need to play gospel music, you need people are coming from church, you understand, you need to call them. You know what the client told me? You don't want to play gospel music here. If you play gospel music, you're fired. You understand? So I need to do what the client wants me to do. You understand? Because nimeenda pale kutafuta hela, nimeenda nataka kulipa bills at the end of the day. So when I'm there, I'll play kulingana na vile client ameniambia na kulingana na pia crowd ambayo ipo, especially in clubs. We DJs tend to look at watu ambao wamekuja, the crowd. Ukiona ni ya youngings, you play them the gengeton. Ukiona ni ya watu wa machua, you can play them the papalolo. You understand? So it depends with which event are you doing and how the contract says, and stick to the clientele. Yeah.
So it means as a DJ, you really don't get to choose the kind of music you play, either in a club or an event. It actually depends with the client na crowd yenye iko pale.
Of course. Okay. Let me tell you, unajua kuna sometime unaweza kwenda ukakuwa na challenge kuwa boss amesema kuwa you don't play this kind of music. Maybe it's a reggae event or it's a rumba event. And then clients wanasema we need this. Who is buying? You understand? Sasa pia expect wale ndio wapate pesa. So sometimes itabidi wa negotiate now. Alafu akwambia DJ, actually nilikuwa najua leo nisikia rumba ama reggae, but let's consider these people.
But hii hapo yuko a challenge aje, because I want to imagine it's quite difficult, because I imagine uko kwa hii event, hata even a wedding, client amekwambia nataka hii na hii, but the crowd inakwambia sisi tunataka gospel. Okay. Case in point, like a wedding perhaps.
Sasa ndo hivyo, the exact thing nimekuambia, it happened in Diani. It was a wedding ya watu kutoka majuu, you understand, and walisema kindly don't play gospel music in our wedding. You know, that's hiyo ni demand ya yule mteja wangu ambaye tulikuwa tunaongea kibiashara. Lakini at the end of the day, watu ambao alikuwa amewalika waliitisha gospel. And at that time I remember very well the song Masimasika was really very big. Kwa kemwana. You understand? So people were like, DJ tucheze, unatubo, DJ tu, like then I went back to the lady nikamuuliza, actually your people are asking this. So can you try and talk to them, because I don't want to put a bad image to your people. So waongea na waka negotiate wakaelewana, and then nikacheza gospel because yeye ndo aliwalika sio mimi. You understand? So sometimes kunajua katika life kuna misunderstanding.
True.
And then there's a point of agreement. That's why mimi I don't believe in disagreement. Any conversation enye inakuwa na disagreement, there's always an agreement later. So watu wataelewana tu and life goes on.
So sema unakuja hapo kama ku bridge the gap.
Of course. That's what I do.
Okay. So then as a DJ, what exactly do you do to energize, entertain, make the crowd to be so lively? Because I mean, there's some people that will say, I'm going for this event, and the DJ that was there, hata ningelala tu kwa nyumba basi.
Kuna ngoma ya Burning Spear nasemaga, we give them what they want. So give them their dose. Mtu akikuja kwa duka hapa akitisha Panadol, simpatie headaches. Give that person the dose. You understand? So me, I believe in clientele. I believe in the people. I'm not doing for myself, If I want to listen to my own music, I'm going to do that in my house. You understand? If I want to listen to rumba, I'm going to do that in my house. But if somebody comes to me and request any music that he want to listen to, and niko kazini, I'm going to play that person the kind of music he or she want to listen to.
Right. So it means you can be in an event, or you can go for an event, and maybe this is your style, this is actually what you like as a DJ, but you have to put that aside for those 2 or 3 hours just for the sake of that client.
Not for the sake of that client, but for the sake of the people.
That wako pale.
Kwa sababu unajua yule mtu mmoja ameitisha, it means kuna wengine pale wamenyamaza na wangependa to the same thing. So labda ameongea kwa niaba ya walioko. So when you giving that person, you don't know, maybe you're giving the 90% of the people. No, unajua kuna watu wanakuja kwa event, they just silent, but they want to listen to some kind of music, but they don't want to come there. Labda amekaa pale na boyfriend anaogopa kuja kwa DJ ata mix.
Okay. So then how do you choose the kind of events that you do? Because also from just what you're saying, ni kama you can do gospel, you can do secular, you can do contemporary. Mbona huja specify?
I can't specify because sijawahi kuona noti mzee na mpya zikiwa tofauti kwenye value. You understand? I believe in nimeenda kufanya kazi na kuna maelewano before nianze kazi. So kama tumeamua tunaenda kufanya kazi kanisani na mimi nitakuwa DJ kanisani, I'll stick kwanza, tunaanza na attire, nitastick kwa attire za kanisa, nitastick kwa muziki ambao unahusu kanisa. Then when you go to the other side, kwa sababu unaona kama kwa mfano wedding, unajua I do most of corporate events, napenda sana corporate events, as not a stress. ukianzia kanisani kwa mfano, you are DJing in a church, you are playing purely gospel music, huwezi kucheza pale gengeton, you understand? Then after that, people are moving to a reception where now they want to party, they want to do, they want now to be themselves, you understand? So there'll be other kind of music pale, you understand? So tuna stick to that.
So for you, actually, you can just do anything, anytime. You have not really specified to say that, you know, for me, I'm a gospel DJ or I'm a secular. Because sometimes wale wa secular, they won't play in gospel events. Ama wale wa gospel, because for them, they won't even go anywhere near secular events.
It's okay. Kama umeomoka, huwezi enda huko, it's okay. Unajua si bado tunatafuta kuomoka. Natafuta kuomoka. Kuna time pia unaona, okay, I wanted $100,000 hujafika bei, so I am not taking $500, you understand? So ukiomoka, you have limit ya kufanya vitu.
Okay. Okay. All right, finally, as we try to bring the conversation to a close, I mean, DJ Sweet K, that okay, not even to a close per se, but just continue to build on our conversation. Like I mentioned, we'll also talk about perhaps you being as an artist, you know, Msanii being an artist manager. But just before we take that short break, you also get to choose events.
Choose events?
Kama like DJ.
Kama DJ? No, I've told you I don't choose events.
You just do any.
As long as nimeitwa na I see the place is convenient with me, you understand? You know, like unajua kuchoose event kuna ile, maybe the event is not insecure, like you know with COVID times, maybe I'm not in a secure place.
Because of that you can choose
maybe umeitwa event ni mahali ambayo iko very remote, huwezi kufika hata na gari, yani it's a place where unajua utendea pesa, lakini hiyo pesa utaiacha kwa barabara, you understand?
So because that unaweza choose an event,
it depends with the venue,
that's what I was
the kind of
about.
event, and dollar pia.
Okay, fine. So you're still speaking with DJ Sweet K. We are not yet done. When we return, we come to continue unpacking all the things that he's doing as an entertainer, just how he describes himself. Time for that break. We'll be back.
De una forma diferente, de otro modo.
This man is my father.
There were other ways to take Max out of our plans. If you had informed me of what you wanted to do, I would never have approved that you blamed your brother for a man's murder.
Hello, Ceci. Good afternoon.
Yvonne, what are you doing here?
Liana, don't tell me you two are accomplices.
Because we are. Amaya is not what she has been pretending to be. She is the victim in all this mess.
Mr. Maximiliano Montesinos will be charged and detained. He will be sent to the penitentiary, where he will await his trial and be sentenced by a judge.
Quiero amarte de una forma diferente. De otro modo, nunca igual al de otra gente.
I just want to repay your kindness for saving my life before.
No need to thank me.
Who is she?
Well, Master, this lady tried to break in with a group of men.
Why did you bring her inside?
Father, you're finally here to see me.
You remembered your mother's death anniversary. Thought you'd forget.
Mother gave me life.
Though the Crown Prince has drunk the wine with the poison, the toxins won't be activated until the poison on His Majesty's clothes comes in contact with it.
Your Majesty, the servants from his palace have all been arrested.
No
hapa uko kwa Nduthi. Wenzako wanakimbia huko marathon wanaleta mangolo ndi Diamond. Uko hapa kwa Nduthi tukichomeka na njoko na sisi. Tarumbeta. Langa sanga. Mami, nikase tu hapo hata mnafanya tusikie semo liu. Oh my God.
Mwambie wewe, niko kwa Vanessa.
Kama ngoja bwana wako hapo hivi.
Wao una bahati sana. Mimi nakwambia siku hiyo ni vile tu ulini surprise. Siku hiyo we ama waniwachilie tu hapa kidogo. Naweza kuchapa vibaya sana. Ni huruma. Mtu wa bodaboda anawacha gari 3. What's a driving license?
Mzee, mtu wa bodaboda si binadamu.
No, like what I'm asking.
Usidharau kazi ya mtu.
This snake has no venom, but it's clearly not harmless because it's a python and it's incredibly strong.
Those are devils. They need to be killed. So I said, no, I think they need their life. They go to the local mgangas, they die.
The amount of venom that came out of it, minute. This is enough to kill an elephant.
If somebody's afraid of snakes, I am actually the dawa. I know how to get rid of those fear. My name is Boniface Momanyi, and I am a wildlife warrior.
Welcome back to the program. We still continue with our Entertainment Thursday conversation here with DJ Sweet K himself.
Yes, bana.
Sasa tumeshaongelea DJ, at least we now have a rough idea of what actually happens in that particular space. Now, we're talking about entertainment just as a whole, because like you said, that's how you describe yourself as a person.
Of course.
That's kwa nasema unapata watu wengi wanasema pale kwa entertainment hakuna pesa.
Oh my God.
Unajua mtu anasema kwanza kama msanii wa muziki, msanii wa kuact, you know, depending on whichever form or kind of art you do. Most of them will take it as a side hustle. So someone will have a main hustle, then anything to do with entertainment, ikijipa sawa, ikikosa, we tried. But you have a different perspective.
The way you describe the word entertainment, it's upon you. Kwa sababu I believe in usiseme Kenya hakuna pesa ama usiseme entertainment haina pesa. Sema mimi
sina pesa.
DJ Sweet K sina pesa.
So watu wajiongelele.
These are billion dollar industry.
Okay.
In industry na pesa sana. Look at people like Lil Wayne, look at people like Diamond Platnumz, look at people like Harmonize, look at Sauti Sol, oh my God, look at Nyashiski. Watu ni maskini. Kama mtu analipwa like kwa event moja 500,000 ameperform just for an hour. Yeah? Huyo mtu akifanya event in a week is more than a governor. Anaelekea kuwa president kwa mishahara. You understand? Sema sina pesa, siseme hakuna pesa.
So that means entertainment as a space, people should not consider it as a side job.
Kwa sababu
side business.
Shida ni moja. You know, entertainment ina deal na art.
Yeah.
The skill of believing in art and knowing the art itself. You understand? Unaweza kuwa kwa entertainment lakini haujui the art of doing business. Na kwanza kuna kitu moja. Are you in the music industry or you are in the music business? Umeelewa? Kuna wasanii ambao wanaingia kwenye game kwa sababu wanataka tu jina, kuna wanataka fame, kuna mtu ambaye amezaliwa kwao tayari kuna pesa. Sasa huyo mtu anakuambia huku hakuna pesa because hajatafuta pesa, tayari kwao kuna pesa. Sasa ukikompete na mtu kama huyo anategemea nyumbani na wewe unajitegemea, you'll be on a different level. Yeah, stick to your lane.
You said something very important, and perhaps I'd like for you to expound just a bit.
Yeah.
That when you said it depends, mtu ako kwa which side? Is it the music industry or the music business? You've been in this game for 10 years plus.
Definitely.
What is the difference?
You know me, to me every day is a learning process. Every day when I wake up in the morning, the first lesson is God has given me another chance to fight, because every human being has 24 hours to do anything, anytime you want. It depends with how you utilize your time. You understand? So tukizungumzia kuwa entertainment business, entertainment industry, ni kuwa mtu ambaye ameingia kwa entertainment industry, there's this young guys wanakuja, ameingia studio, amefanya audio, ameshoot video, kesho anataka kuonekana superstar. That doesn't work. Rome was not built in one day. Yeah? You really need to work hard. It might take you even 5 years to be that person you want to be. But you need to keep pushing. Mimi, I've been here for 10 years. I've never gave up. But I'm still here talking to people that are there. Because sometimes, like, being humble does not really help me, but it touches somebody's life. You know, when I'm here talking to somebody, kijana mdogo pale nyumbani, na anisikize na afanye kitu ambacho nikisema kwa njia nzuri, ata make it. Na ki make it through my words, I've already made it. You know, happiness kuna vile unai describe, na making it pia kuna description yake. Kuna mtu ame make it anasema mimi na pesa mingi nime make it. Na kuna mtu ako na happiness anasema ame make it.
So all in all also it depends unakuja kwa hii game with which mindset.
Thank you.
Okay. At least now you've gotten that concept therein. Okay. So you also do music, and of course you've done various collabos hapa na pale. You also manage artists aside from just doing music. When it comes to that aspect of managing artists, what exactly do you look for? Because the way we are just trying to say, the way in which people come to this industry, it's with different mindsets. So for you as an artist manager, what do you look for?
First, there's one thing I'd like to say. I don't take music business or DJing business as a job. It's a lifestyle.
Passion?
Yes, it's a lifestyle. Because nimekuambia kitu moja, mtu akiingia na anataka pesa immediately, huyo mtu nini yake itakuwa fupi sana, career yake itakuwa fupi sana. You understand? So kitu ambacho nakiangalia kwa msanii, kitu cha kwanza ni anajituma kiasi gani, anawekeza kiasi gani. Are you ready to invest? Celebrity status comes at a cost. Are you ready to invest in yourself? Are you ready to invest in your brand? Do you want to make a name or a brand? You understand?
What's the difference?
There's a difference. Making a name is kila mtu atajua DJ Sweet K, but at the end of the day, mimi nikirudi nyumbani na lala njaa. That's making a name. Making a brand is watu wachache watajua Sweet K, lakini nikirudi nyumbani hawa wachache wananifanya na build mansion. You understand? Yeah, I can build a mansion. I can stay in a yacht.
So that is the brand and the name.
Difference between a name and building a brand.
Okay. Now, ukisema kujituma, because again, also that's one of the biggest complaints that we also get from Kenyan, as in from Kenyans about Kenyan artists.
Definitely.
Wasanii wa Kenya hawajitumi vile. So we kama artist manager, ukisema kujituma haswa wanamaanisha nini?
Siwezi kusema wasanii wa Kenya hawajitumi, maana wapo wasanii wanafanya vizuri. Look at the people like Calligraph Jones, look at the people like Bahati, Willie Paul. They are controversial but wanajituma. Look at Otile Brown doing collabs from Nigeria. Juzi the other collab with Darasa. Huyo mtu anajituma. We can't say hajitumi. Look at Jovial, you understand? Wanajituma. But at the end of the day, kuna that gap kubwa sana ya kwanza na shida moja, hata si wasanii, niko na shida na investors. They don't trust in our people, in our artists. Look at Tanzania. Let's just go, tuvuke boda kidogo. Msanii mdogo anakuzwa na kampuni kubwa, lakini huku Kenya kampuni kubwa inasubiri msanii awe mkubwa ndio ikuje iwekeze iride na fame yake. You understand? That's the problem. Wakati unaona mtu ana kipaji, hata awe mdogo kiasi gani, hata awe hana nguo, hana kiatu, na umeona ana kipaji, invest in that person. That's your next big thing. But don't expect a big thing to make you bigger. Mtakuwa mna ride na fame too. That's the problem.
Basi shida iko because unapata that's actually, but that's a very big challenge when it comes to Kenyan music space, or even let me just say Kenyan art space. Most of the artists, and this actually cuts across, watakwambia investors huwa hawa invest kwa hawa wasanii up until washatengeneza jina. And most of them will compare the Kenyan art with perhaps Tanzanian art or even Nigerian art. You know, in these countries actually art is a big thing. But shida iko wapi? Ni wasanii wa Kenya Juu unasema wanajituma, lakini basi mbona investors wasi invest pale?
It's a two-way traffic, but I still get back to, are you in the music industry or the music business? You understand?
Yeah.
When you've done a good music, umefanya mziki mzuri, umachia video nzuri, you're doing nice promo, you've invested in yourself, are you knocking doors to find people to help you? Or you just sit at home, looking at your music with a girlfriend, and then think God is going to rain some dollars in your house? No.
Because you have good music.
Yeah, because you think you have good music. Yeah. No, doesn't work like that. Knock doors. Enda pale, bisha kampuni yoyote, waambie mimi na kazi hii, naomba kusaidiwa. Out of 10 doors, one will open. Believe in me.
So actually when you talk about kujituma, it means also we kama msanii, what exactly are you doing in your capacity?
Kwa sababu shida ni msanii akati amefanya kazi nzuri, amefanya video nzuri, amejiona kwa TV, sasa anakaa nasubiri maembe, anasubiri maembe chini ya mnazi.
Sasa mnitafute, si mnaniona kwa TV.
Kwenye mnazi kutakuja nazi, tutakugonga kichwa, utabaki pale pale.
Okay. Then when you manage artists, have you had chance to also manage big artists?
I'm managing a very big artist actually. Anaitwa 10 Balls. He's done very great collabos with Baba Levo from Tanzania, Wasafi. He's done collabos with Dolly Sykes, Banana Zoro. He's done an album. Just last week he was shooting another video. We're going to release next week. He's a very big artist. But tulianza naye akiwa mdogo.
Akiwa upcoming.
Tujakutana jana akiwa tayari yako famous ama akiwa level ambayo yupo. You understand? Tulianza akiwa mdogo sana, hajulikani anywhere. Saizi I'm proud, nimemshika mkono na amenishika mkono pia. You understand?
Yes.
Alafu kuna managing artist pia watu waga, they don't understand the term managing an artist. Unaelewa? Kwa mfano 10 Balls kwanza yeye ndo anasimamia finance, anatoa pesa kwa mfuko. Just like Diamond Platinum, yeye ndo anatoa pesa kwa mfuko. Sisi tuna oversee. Unaenda mahali, how you gonna dress? Unaenda mahali, how is your PR? How you gonna talk? You're going for an interview, keep time, be humble. Unajua kuna ile pia sometimes mtu anamea pembe, naambia arudi chini, punguza pembe, be like this. People want to see your smile, people want to see your music, people want to get happy out there. They don't want to be associated with too much seriousness into the music business. You understand? Tuko hapa ku make happiness. So managing an artist kuna vitu vingi vina incorporate, including designing, kumtafutia show, you understand, kumpeleka studio. But when it comes to the financial matters, now kuna kuwaga na level mbili. Either the company has already made it, now kuna watu wanasimamia finance, ama kuna investors wamecome through kama sponsors, ama msanii anapambana na hali yake, anatoa pesa kwa mfuko.
Wow. You've brought up a very good conversation. Maybe you can explore that a bit, because unajua kisema managing, and I'm so sure actually a good number of people would think the way, just from that first description, that unani manage, so you're supposed to ensure that I'm actually good in every way. That means hata finances ni wewe kama manager.
Sasa every day I always get text on my phone. DJ Sweet K, mimi ni msanii, niko hapa ghetto, nilikuwa nataka kuingia studio ni record ngoma, nifanye video, it's okay. But sasa mimi nitatoa hiyo pesa wapi nikupeleke studio? Doing a good audio song at this point of time, kwa sababu nowadays we don't look even at the kind of music you're doing. We look at the quality. That's the first thing. Quality. You understand?
Yes.
So ngoma mzuri audio, that's 15,000.
That's just only audio. We've not gone to
the video
and marketing.
Flat rate ya video tukisema pesa ndogo sana inachezea labda 50k. Na ujeka logistics. Msanii akitaka chopa, utakodisha chopa. Akitaka Lamborghini, akodisha Lamborghini. Akitaka anything you want in the video now, that's another cost.
Added cost.
He or she needs to cater for himself or herself. You understand, as an artist. So look at that cost. Ukifanya video moja labda iko na hizo vitu vyote, inaweza kuja maybe more than 300,000. Sasa hiyo pesa mimi nitatoa wapi kwa wasanii wote 10 labda nataka kuwa manage? But if you invest in yourself, that's why nilianza na kusema you need to invest in yourself. That's
as
the
an
first
artist.
thing I'm looking at kwa msanii. Are you ready to invest in yourself? Are you ready to sell your kidney to do music?
Not literally, but basically. Okay, you know, there's something you've talked about, as an artist manager and also just managing artists? Na kwanza kwa hiyo aspect ya whereby the msanii is the one who's financing or footing the bills.
Yeah.
So where you'd come in as a manager, just from your explanation, is like teaching this artist how to behave, how to dress, how to keep time. An upcoming artist somewhere somehow, or even an artist somewhere maybe would say, but those are basics. So why would you be managing me, just telling me how to manage time and how to dress per se? Tell us the importance of that.
Oh my God. Let me tell you. You know, good music starts from pen and paper. You understand?
Yeah.
You need a relaxed mind. Unafaa kukua umeconcentrate. Unafaa kukua sehemu ambayo the environment iko vizuri. So, huwezi kuniambia sahi ngoma mzuri imekuja, you want to write it down, umepigiwa simu, you need an interview, mwingine amekupigia simu, you need to go for a show, mwingine amekupigia simu, sijui kuna nguo nzuri zimekuja, designer, kuja uziangalie. You know, all those calls zitakuchanganya. Zitakufanya now you want to concentrate on what you should be doing as an artist.
Okay.
Because the creativity part is the most important for an artist. That's why it's called art.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now that's actually where you'd come in. So that means that this thing is not just all about me financing you. All these things that we look at basics, they are also very important.
Financing is sponsorship.
Okay.
Investors wakuje wa finance. An artist is a company. These are working company. You understand? So investors wanakuja kufinance, ama sponsors wanakuja kusponsor. Manager and manage what's already there. Simple definition.
Simple and clear. Okay, why I had asked you that question of if you've had a chance to manage either big artists or upcoming artists is because I just want to get your perspective as an artist manager. There's a lot of conversation especially about upcoming artists.
Yeah.
Na shida watu wanasema kwamba upcoming artists wanasema mimi unajua niko na talent. All these other things, yani they will fall into place, and if they don't, it's cool because I am talented. As an artist manager, have you had to encounter this, and how would you compare even managing mtu ambaye bado anakuja anachipuka na yule mwenye ambaye at least ako ku make it ama asha make it?
Let me give you a good example. I'm sorry to use again Tanzania because I really look up to them. Look at people like Zuchu. Zuchu did not just come from nowhere. You understand?
Yes.
Akalonchiwa, akafanya album. She did not come from nowhere. Amekuwa pale WCB, amekaa hapo for 3 years akitrainiwa to be an artist. Alikuwa ameenda event mingi, alikuwa amefanya mambo mengi, lakini alikuwa pale for 3 years kutrainiwa how to be a good artist. You understand?
Yeah.
So hiyo yenye mtu anakuja na kuambia mimi niko na talent, hata meja anakuaga na talent ya mkono moja, tuachie hapo. You understand? So ukiniambia uko na talent, what do you want to do with yourself before I chip in to help you be yourself? Me, I'm chipping in to help you be yourself. I can decide and put all the 100% time in myself. I can invest in myself. But why am I investing somebody else? Because sometimes you never know. Maybe he's gonna be or she's gonna be the next big thing. Atakuja kukusaidia. So we are creating a community or a society or a country that everybody anakuwa kidogo independent. Na tuwezi kusaidiana.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
No man is an island.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, DJ Sweet K, for your time, at least for helping us understand how the DJing space, the DJ business works, as well as also just being an artist manager. Nata wasanii wanajua sasa what exactly it means or entails when someone says, I want to manage you, or if you're asking to be managed as an artist. All right, so that is where we bring this fast conversation to a close. But good morning, Kenya is not yet done. We still have plenty more after this.
I just want to repay your kindness for saving my life before.
No need to thank me.
Who is she? Well, Master, this lady tried to break in with a group of men.
Why did you bring her inside?
Father! Father, you're finally here to see me!
You remembered your mother's death anniversary. Thought you'd forget.
Mother gave me life.
Though the Crown Prince has drunk the wine with the poison, the toxins won't be activated until the poison on His Majesty's clothes comes in contact with it.
Your Majesty, the servants from his palace have all been arrested.
Mwenzangu Dingo, this is my house.
It's not a big deal.
It is to me.
So yani wewe uone kitu chochote kizuri kwa mwenzio isipokuwa cha kwako eh?
Wewe unafahamu shida zangu mimi na Sari. Yule mwanamke ameniweza kwa sababu ananitatiza. Sijui nifanye nini yani.
Boss, Maya mpotezo mkufu sasa ndio tumeuchukua.
Dingo! Tafadhali fanya heshima na watu nakwao.
Sikiza, niko na shughuli na yeye leo.
Hayawi huwa mbiu ya mgambo imelia, na kwa kawaida ikilia kuna jambo.
Mgambo uliopo hapa ni rumba kavacha, odemba na sukus.
Tutakupromoshea midundo moto ya Afrika, iwe kutoka kaskazini, kusini, magharibi na hata mashariki.
Rumba is here in your living room.
Na popote ulipo.
This is Bridge of Congo.
Nzambe ya sambe la kati, ako sambe la nani?
Right here on KBC Channel 1. Where?
A left hand found for you. I found her crying by the administration block.
You are teacher, why are you calling lost and found? Just leave me alone.
Such a big woman crying so much in public. Feel free to keep the handkerchief.
Hello. Can I help you?
Finally, someone who speaks my language. I was hoping someone would come and ask that. So, can you?
Hey, friend, I know too well not to agree to that at all. Nay, I am not prepared for your evil motives today, Vivian. Please, leave.
Viv! Is Viv? What's the question, Fifi? Fifi!
Classmates, every Saturday on KBC.
So here we are, and just to get the whole of this now out of the way, it's Thursday. We are now going to the trending topics. All right, what has been making round on social media, newspapers, and what, we can talk about now on a lighter note though. Jen, why are you smiling? Are you trending somewhere?
Bro, in the streets, they are never safe. They are never safe. Then you go safe like Penny.
Yeah.
My guy.
Probably you're trending somewhere. Now,
yes.
there is this story of A person who stole, how much was that?
Hii kwanza najua, if you are an employer and you have a domestic worker in your home, inaweza kusumbua sana. There is a story about, but before we even get to the stories, remember, be part of this. Changia. Hashtag ni Good Morning Kenya, at KBC Channel 1, at Victor Olo, at Ray Manyara, at Rina Range, and Moa, at Jane Wabui, across all the social media platforms. So, that first story that Vic has just mentioned is in regards to, it's actually in the courts, but just to mention a bit about it, is that there is a house help who is alleged to have stolen 90K from her employer's home to give the boyfriend 1,000.
Hey, okay.
And that's on whoa.
So the case is in court right now.
Yes, but
she stole 90K.
90K.
So
1, 2, 3, 4, 90.
Up to 90. The question is, chali yake alikuwa anataka how much?
Thou.
So you go take 90, upatie thou, then alibaki na 89, or she returned the remaining 89.
Hiyo ndio tunasemanga kupiga mosquito na nyundo.
Or responding to mosquito by the bullet. You shoot a mosquito. I don't know. Some people can be daft at some point. So the case is in court right now, because at the end of the day she'd be charged accordingly, because that is theft.
Yes.
That is theft.
The lady loved the boyfriend, so she was just assisting.
In love.
She was his support system.
Manze, cause ini heavy support. Unajua 89 imebaki ni anytime atataka kitu narusha ingine narusha mpaka ile time at least atakuwa satisfied. So she was just a strong support system.
Yeah. Okay.
That's okay. That's being a support system. But anyway, you have a lot of work to support a man.
Regina looks like she has a lot to say.
You need a help.
I don't know who to respond to first.
But you know, to make it worse, the purpose of her stealing was to give her boyfriend this 1,000 bob. But sa ugale makiwa hapo, alivuka na hiyo 90K, akavuka na gold chain, na inajua itawasha Regina watches Sambili wrist watches that were estimated to be worth 300,000.
Wow.
Regina, uko na saa ngapi?
Wait. Whoa.
What is the estimated worth?
Whoa. I love watches. Mukiniibia, chukua simu, chukua kibeti, just leave my watches. Please, I beg. Let's not try and sanitize what this lady did at you supporting a man. Let's call a thief a thief. You cannot say that the reason why you stole that amount of money was to give someone a measly 1,000 bob.
But it's just funny.
A thief is a thief. I think she had intended to steal all along.
But she stole. Imagine if just imagine this. Okay, take it this way, Regina. Imagine she stole 90K, abaki na thao apate chali yake 89.
Na nikuulize huyu chali mwenye anapewa pesa. I really want to, I'm choosing my words wisely.
Please do.
I'm really in a very precarious situation in regards to that. I'm trying to be politically correct.
As you figure your politically correct statements, you know, this had me thinking about how we even live with our domestic helpers in our homes. For some of us, you allow them to be as free as possible. I mean, they're also humans. They're in their workspace, as you would like to be free and, you know, comfortable in your workspace. But boundaries zinakujanga wapi? Where would you have those boundaries, especially with your domestic managers? Where would you put those boundaries? And huyu alikuwa anajua mali anaweka hizi valuables.
Okay.
Galdeb alikuwa anasaidia tu kijana.
Doreen, let's not even discuss. By the way, let's not discuss about kusaidia kijana. Huyu ni mwizi. This is a thief. This is a thief. Let's not try and sugarcoat at you trying to help, support, be that loving girlfriend who gives the boyfriend money. Man, you're just a thief. If you wanted to support your boyfriend or your husband or your partner, give them something that belongs to you. Don't go stealing so that you can impress someone in a relationship with. And there was a question that I was trying to formulate and remain politically correct. Victor.
Ongea Kimeru if need be.
Nandi ankurie Victor. Nandi buraki nyeri antwarumi goba kaeja gwambesha ne ariri nati abo kwenda.
Responding to
basically.
Yes, awi inji the other mbele awi inji. Awi juka mike lono.
Doreen, una contribute
do not. Doreen can only do Swahili and English. Anyway, what I was asking Victor is,
yes.
We have come, I don't want to use the word we have come of age. Now, Magaldim, as Jane likes putting.
Magaldim.
Who are giving boyfriends money.
Yeah. Reminds me of another gentleman who, it was on yesterday's newspaper. The gentleman who sold alleged girlfriend's Prado.
We'll be coming to that in a bit. We'll be coming to that in a bit.
Hold that.
Yes.
Hold that.
What a man can do, a woman can do better. So if a man can give you money, a woman can do it better.
My God, that is theft. Let's not talk about giving and taking. That is theft. It is thuggery. It is the highest point of disrespect and the sense of entitlement.
Yes.
I read that in the papers and I was like, please Jane, tunazanza tuna hii tuachane nizo zingine kwanza, we discuss this one.
Now let's move on to that. Tumemalizana na Galdem kuiba.
Huyo ni
Twende sasa kwa Mandem.
That's a thief.
So, thief number 2. This is a story that goes back to, when you get to read this story, it's about this, we'll not even call him a gentleman, this guy who allegedly sold the girlfriend's Prado. So, looking at the backstory, they met in 2019 at a club, hit it off, started talking, kidogo kidogo, before you know it, they're dating. In the course of the relationship, he is said to have been using this particular car. It's a Land Cruiser Prado. He has been using it to run his errands, go about with it, show stop nayo na gari ya wenyewe. Until recently, it was actually earlier on in the year that the lady, the girlfriend, she's called Helen, she has a construction going on in Mombasa. So she sent him to supervise, and while he's there to also do some repairs on the car, sent him there to supervise, to repair the car, 80,000 ndio he do the repairs that are needed on the car. So wakiwa huko, they had an argument. Wakazushiana kidogo. Najua mkikasirikiana hamuongei. So in the course of that space where they were not talking, guy was like, nauza hii gari ni sort issues zangu financially. Na Mandem sold the car.
Okay, where did he get the logbook from? Because logbook,
you see, he had been using this car through and through the relationship.
Where?
So in one way or the other, this is not what has been said, but I'm thinking by the time you're selling a car, you have the documents to sell it. Because he has had full access to this car, and it's valued at 5.7 million, as per what the girlfriend said when this guy was arrested. And funny thing is, when he was arrested the first time, he told the cops this story, like that, but they didn't believe him. Adi judge akamuliza, did you say this to the cops, just to make sure that I'm getting this right? Akasema, mimi niliwaambia na hawakuniamini. Vic, tuanze na wewe.
Well, I think
okay.
A man selling a Prado is a sick man. Everybody's looking for one.
No, selling the girlfriend's
selling
car.
the girlfriend's Prado. Okay, let me put it this way. One,
nakungoja sana Victor
I really don't know why. I really don't know why this guy had to go to this extent. Because one, you're a man, and perhaps the lady is let me put it this way, is well established and has a construction going on in Mombasa. If I were this particular man, I would have worked it differently. Perhaps you support the lady, you grow together. If he was genuine about the relationship between him and the girl or the lady, you work it out, get to understand each other pretty well. If you have a collabo, or if they were planning to have a long-term relationship, then you see how you can strengthen the kind of investments that you already have. It doesn't mean that if it belongs to the lady that you cannot support her. The only thing you can do as a man is to support your woman. In fact, that's what they say, that men, let's support our women, or even our mothers, our wives, At some point when we'll be down, they will come in handy. But if you don't empower them, then at some point it will come back to haunt us. The reason why this guy said that he sold the car because the lady refused to send him money.
Boyfriend allowance.
For lack of a better word, that's being lazy. All of us have 24 hours a day. How you make use of that is your own business. It's what creates that difference. All of us, we have 24 hours a day. That's my take. For that guy,
Regina wendo utakuwa wa mwisho.
No.
Regina wendo wa mwisho. Wacha tusikie ranche.
Regina has been boiling since the show began about this story, so she can just go first.
Utaona split screen imekatwa na panga ya ukweli.
Hebu endelea baba. What do you have to say?
I'm just looking at this. Let's put the statistics.
Na tuambie Victor.
In place, please.
Usitoe panga Regina.
Man,
relax.
Usitoe machete.
Ngoja.
Tuko hewani.
Tena kibanga, but let's take it slow. We meet in a club in 2019.
Yes.
In 2021, you're selling my Prado worth 5.7 mil because I didn't give you boyfriend upkeep.
Allowance.
Process that. The allowance, process that. There are a few things I need clarified. How old is Helen?
Can you say alipeleka?
How old is Helen?
The guy is 32.
Okay, 32.
The lady's age, I'm yet to see it.
Okay.
What's her name?
Age
As
is
you
nothing
do,
but a number as you get the figures.
Yes.
So this man, this grown man, grown
32.
because he has a driving license. We all know people who have driving license in this country are above 18, right? Grown man of the age 32. First, you're a thief.
Yeah.
When you
I'm waiting to get the
second
age of the
thief.
lady.
You are a thief. Secondly, you have a queer sense, an elevated sense of entitlement.
The key word is elevated.
Now, the issue is,
so
did you think that before 2019, this lady was just somewhere dreaming, waiting for you?
Yeah.
Or she had a life, right? Like you did, and you met in a club. Obviously, she had a life. So why would you think that this woman has to take care of you? Then it comes back to this issue. Have you been living together? And actually the person you sold this goddamn car to is also a thief. Yes.
What did they buy?
Yeah, you're a thief. It's like right now, that's the reason why you're told by the cops actually, do not buy
stolen property.
Now you bought that, maybe it was at a throwaway price, right? You bought it and you thought, quick sale. And
Good
because
deal.
I've been seeing this guy driving around,
You're also a thief by extension.
You are a thief.
Yeah.
The buyer and the seller in this case.
Because you have to do due diligence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are thieves. And because this government has really been working at, doing away with graft and such, wafungwe. Hawa wawili wafungwe. Because I'm imagining if it was a lady who sold the property to the said boyfriend, my friend, the kind of conversations we'd be having on social media and mainstream media, hatungekuwa na mali ya kujificha. Ingekuwa wanawake siku hizi, you're very materialistic, ex zikipanda zikishuka. Now it's a man who in front of a judge said, niliuza kwa sababu sikupewa 70,000. Whoa.
That it means that it's something that has been ongoing.
You're a thief.
Yeah, it's something that
but Victor,
it's been a trend.
There's a question I'm coming to before we leave this.
Yeah, it's been a trend between them. So perhaps
now,
the guy
Lisa,
was just feeling that self-entitlement.
Now, Lisa, have we
come?
What has happened to the boy child? Naswali. What has happened to the boy child? We're in the 21st century, yes?
Not the boy child, to him.
What? No.
No.
Victor.
No.
My Kimeru is really almost coming out.
No. Not to the boy child.
Let me speak English.
Victor doesn't want you to generalize, just
Karo Kiri. Aya. What has happened to the boy child that now he feels okay being taken care of by a woman? Nini may change. Cause my dad, and that I think was a golden era. yes, has never sat back for my mom to go hustle and come back home. Yes?
Yeah.
Now a man is going to sell even property because they have not been given pocket money. I'm calling it pocket money. Whatever has been said, that is pocket money. So you're 32-year-old, you want pocket money from this woman. Man, you're 32. What were Mejenga and 32? People are fathers and doing great things at the age of 32. Wewe unaendelea kuendesha gari ya wenyewe, unatumwa site kama supervisor or then kwa sababu hujatumiwa pesa ya kwenda drinks mahali, you decide you're going to sell that property. Utafungwa.
But tunaishi kwa era ya
what has I mean pride. Let me unatembea na wallet. Sasa una hata wallet.
Regina usianze kuguruma. Doreen,
I'm done. History tangu 6:30 vile show ilianza ngoja trending topics, but let me just say this. I feel like age notwithstanding, regardless, we are living at a time where we are so entitled, and especially if we are in a relationship with someone.
Yeah.
Okay, there's that aspect of culture. Why am I saying culture? Culture in this perspective. You see, the way you teach someone, that's how they become encultured too. Perhaps this lady was used to giving this guy some money, maybe after every week, after every month. It doesn't matter. And we also have that perspective of there's guys who are used to giving their women that. Mpaka mtu ameshazoea by the way ikifika tu 30th. Whether I'm working or not, yani imekuwa ni kama ni mazoea. But you see, even if that is the case, it still does not warrant you to do some of these things that people end up doing, because these things, uya meuza tu gari, wengine they can even go out and kill you because you didn't give them that cash that you're used to giving them.
Yeah.
And I feel for me it still boils down to entitlement. I don't know why we are reaching at a point whereby we are taking relationships and unions as, it is my right. Like, okay, you give me 10K every month, so if this month you miss, why did you miss? I think people should just be so free and just live life. Like I don't know. Value yourself so much so. Listen, value yourself so much so that when this person gives you or doesn't give you, it changes nothing. It changes nothing.
Sia lazima. You're not supposed to be getting. Actually, it goes two ways, for men and for women. The question is, what are you bringing to the table? It might not be 50-50. Half the time it is not 50-50. But please, let's have respect in that setup.
Aya, tukimalizia, Vic.
Yeah, personally, I think it just boils down to the foundation. When they met in 2019, what was the foundation of their relationship? First of all, were they looking for something strong that would end probably into marriage or something of that kind? Because when you have a good foundation in a relationship, then first of all, you will have to respect one another's property. You'll have to respect yourself. You'll respect your spouse and everything that around you. But then if you don't respect, the guy probably came, my own understanding or my own thinking is that he was not in that relationship for all the good reasons. There is something he saw more than the relationship and more the affection and more than the love for the lady.
Okay.
Certain things can drive people. Like somebody can just fall in love with you because I love your eyes. Simple.
There's someone who's saying, let me read a response from one of our viewers.
Yes.
This is Jackson from Nairobi area. It says, what if this boy or what if this man was that lady's Ben 10? Does it change the fact that he's a thief? I'm just asking.
Okay.
Thief or no
swali zuri hapo.
People should stop being entitled.
Let me just read for you some comments here. The whole entitlement vibe has been thriving on the Facebook post. Now, there's a guy here, anauliza, kuna moja nasema, this is Mary, no wonder I say these days we don't have men, we have boys, especially those that are born after 1989. Akamalizia na mschiu. All right, then there's another one, and this profile picture shows a guy anajita Brashel ule muhone anauliza, where can I get such a wonderful opportunity?
Wow. Okay.
Victor, what did you say again about the boy child? Umesema nini? Kuna mtu anatafuta opportunity ya kuibia mtu property.
That is wrong. Guys, it's so simple. Do you know what time we wake up just to be here? You have no idea.
And there's another lady amepost hapa akasema tukimalizia.
Yes.
I cannot wonder what he did. Even my hubby sold my plot in order to have some cash to enjoy with his side piece. Now it's built up to second floor.
Huo mwenye amecomment hapo mwisho ni kama alikuwa anasoma kutoka kwa kitabu changu cha maisha.
Kitabu familia.
It goes Regina, we all remember this statement in media school. When a dog bites a man and when a man bites a dog,
which one becomes a story?
Which one becomes a story?
Man beat dogs too.
I can tell you for a fact, even women have sold their husband's property.
Kabisa.
And perhaps it's just a matter of it doesn't get that that space because probably something that men are afraid to talk about. Perhaps it's because a man did not provide. So what did the woman do? Because you cannot provide for the children, I'm selling that television set, that 55-inch, that car plot you have to take this kid to school.
Okay, so it boils down to the fact that both the first story and this, they are thieves.
Exactly.
They're both thieves regardless of the gender.
But the thing is, respect one another's property.
Very key.
All right, Aya, let's move to our final story for today. Now, let me start by getting your opinions. What do you think about going through your partner's phone? Can you...
What did you say?
Or can you not go through your partner's phone? Mukitafakari hayo.
You'll get what you want.
Ukisnupiacho, utakipatacho.
Yes.
So there's this girlfriend. She was planning her boyfriend's party. Surprise birthday party. Akaamua afanye nini? Aliona the Monday malikuwa anateka shower, ameacha simu hapo kwa kitanda, akachukua simu, kaenda kwa contact list. Akaandika, you know the way you send a message to all.
Yeah.
Aka send message to all the guy names on the mandem's phone. Surprise, surprise, on the day of the birthday, magaldem ndo wali show up. Akawambia, unaitwa nani? Kuna moja alikuwa anamuita sijui Domino's, sijui who. Oh, your Domino's, aya, karibu. Huyu sijui anaitwaje, huyu anaitwa. There are about 15 chicks who showed up, whose names were saved under the boy child's gender.
Allow me to take a sip.
And then, so during the surprise, he was blindfolded, akaingizwa ndani. She went through with actually planning everything.
Even after finding out.
Akam blindfold, akakuza. 1, 2, 3. Surprise! Madema ako tu hapo.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Wamewaka
9,
moto.
10, 11. Happy birthday
Daniel.
to you.
Now,
it's hard.
turns out he was cheating on her with multiple ladies, and they were all there to witness and meet each other. Na maboys wake pia walikuwa kwa kakona hapo, nile tu wameangalia ukuta. Bro, burn. Huko niambia umemsave ka Daniel.
Hey, but the question is,
Niko na comment.
how do you save 15 ladies?
Surely.
Different names.
Niko na comment.
Men. Majina za wanaume.
Yes.
Na bado una memorize kwa. Watu wengine wako na a lot of GB.
You could snoop through your partner's phone, because it started there. Snooping through your partner's phone.
Imagine you save Jen's name as Okinyi or
Regina's name as
Fadili.
Ama M-Pesa agent. Anyway,
or
Mato.
And you know all of them. Just know that
women.
Jen is Victor. And you can never miss.
Let's say the guy had a good memory. Anyway,
two things here.
In a relationship,
chick snooped
into
the guy's phone, and
now
in snooping,
the outcome.
she found out he was cheating.
So, quick fast. I have a principle in life, and it has gotten me through so much, and I appreciate. I chose never to be an insecure woman in whatever situation I find myself in. That means your wallet is your wallet. Your cell phone is your cell phone. Your social media accounts are yours. You'll never find me trespassing. And even if your phone rings, it will ring and the battery will die off. I don't care who is calling. Maybe your mom, your sister. I don't want to know. Because I know triggers, and when you know your trigger in life, you avoid. When you find something like that, you're going to follow through to find out who is on the other line.
Rabbit hole.
True. You will go down that rabbit hole, and it will destabilize your mental state. And even your own self-esteem will be affected. So those people who go through other people's phones, you know, I don't know what guts you have, or it also boils down to a sense of entitlement. You need to respect other people's privacy. That's not saying that I'm standing for people who cheat, but it is a decision you make as an individual. You want to snoop? Will you be okay
with what you find? Yeah. Aya, part 2 of this story. Comments fupi tukisonga.
Fupi. Okay, good number of times you won't, because the way you're trying to say here, whatever you're looking for,
ukisnupiacho,
you will always find whatever sometimes it may be difficult, maybe perhaps because of what has ever happened to you, or perhaps what has happened in that kind of relationship. So it may be sort of difficult, but listen, just like what Ray is saying, teach yourself just vitu kama hizi simu sijui wallet, wacha tu kila mtu akuwe na hii ni yako. Just respect that this is this person's item. Let them be private like that, because let me tell you what you go looking for, you will definitely find
it. Vic, comments fupi tukisonga.
It goes back to what I said. Foundation. One, if I don't want to sound like a marriage counselor,
but sound like one.
I'll just base everything on foundation. If one, for example, Jen and I decide to say, this is it. So we are starting a relationship. What kind of foundation are we going to give it? If you respect my phone, or if you trust your partner, let me put it in black and white. If you trust your partner will trust you back. It's as simple as such. Going through a man's phone probably was the lady perhaps saw some signs, and ladies are very smart.
Yeah, by the way, mimi sipendi venye so anakutreat, jua ameanza kukukatia.
Basi pia hiyo ogopa.
Ogopa hiyo.
Tukifunga the end justifies the means. Yeah, nikatia nipe feedback about my main man.
Moral of the story.
Choose your struggle.
You don't look happy nowadays, Jen.
What's up? Na najua.
Yeah.
Moral of the story, my take home, sentence moja tukifunga. Mimi ninasema tu hivi, na nimesema again and again here, ukisnupiacho utakipatacho.
Hi,
I'm Jane Wambui. Olo.
I'm Victor Olo.
We are the moral of the story. We are the moral of the story.
Okay, this is it. Always have faithfulness in your relationship. The foundation that you base your relationship matters a lot. If you have a strong foundation, you are good to go. The same way as building a house. If you have a shaky foundation, at the end of the day, you'll start seeing some cracks along the wall.
Ray, sentence fupi tafadhali.
I'm Regina Manyara.
All right.
Moral of the story?
Allah, tumemboa sentence fupi. Regina Manyara.
Mimi lazima niseme moral of the story before niseme juu.
Ushamaliza sentence moja yako.
Hakuna. Fine. Moral of the story. In this life, choose your struggle. I'm Dorina Rangi.
Tuma salamu. We understand.
Fupi too.
All right. That brings us to a close of the program. Thank you so much for staying with us. We do trust you've enjoyed yourself as much as we have. We are Good Morning Kenya. See you next week.
You're out.